Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now at 10, severe winter weather nationwide is causing huge travel holiday headaches. We'll look at how it's impacting people leaving or coming to Connecticut.
He was everybody's friend. He was a great person. He was a great family man. He would do anything for anybody.
Tragedy in one Connecticut town after a firefighter is killed. We'll hear how he's being remembered tonight. And 2 people in Connecticut are arrested after they're accused of child sex trafficking. Details tonight about the nearly 2-year investigation. Well, we begin at 10 with travel nightmares for holiday travelers as issues nationwide continue past Christmas. Good evening, I'm Samaya Hernandez. Thank you for joining us. Thousands of flights canceled or delayed, leaving people stuck and frustrated. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joins us live at Bradley International Airport in Windsor Locks to tell us how holiday travel has been going. Hey there, Gabby.
Hi, Samaya. So things are quiet here now, but that was certainly not the case earlier. We spoke to plenty of passengers who were left here feeling very, very frustrated from all those cancellations and delays. If you take a look here at the board, you can kind of see what we're talking about. Bunch of canceled flights all in a row. Now, a bulk of these were Southwest Airlines, which canceled 70% of its flights today. Long lines of frustrated travelers at the airport the day after Christmas, after several flights were delayed and outright canceled.
The vacation's ruined, unfortunately, but we'll make the best of it.
The effects of a winter storm that made for major travel headaches last week, carrying over into this week and leaving passengers with few options.
We can't get a flight out until Saturday, and I'm supposed to fly back here Friday. Staycation. There's nothing we can really do about it. Everybody else is waiting in line 2 hours to get some bad news, but it is what it is. Nothing we can really do about it.
On Monday, thousands of flights were canceled into, within, and out of the U.S. Southwest Airlines canceled most of its flights.
My grandson was headed for Tampa, Florida, and the flight's been delayed since 3:30 this afternoon. And now we were just notified by Southwest Airlines that he can't fly on it. He's a heartbroken kid. I'm trying to get him out of here. Try. That's all I can do.
The airline released a lengthy statement apologizing. It read in part, "We're working with safety at the forefront to urgently address wide-scale disruption by rebalancing the airline and repositioning crews and our fleet, ultimately to best serve all who plan to travel with us." Other passengers waited with bated breath at the airport after their flights were delayed.
I think about 11 in the morning we got the first notification saying our flight's like 15 minutes delayed. As soon as she told me that, I was like, uh-oh, that's not a good sign.
Hoping that their plans won't be among those turned upside down.
It's really cold in New Jersey, so I really want to go in some warm weather and have a swim or something at least.
And we could see these problems continue into tomorrow. Southwest Airlines has already canceled thousands of its flights scheduled for tomorrow. That's according to FlightAware.com. Live at Bradley Airport, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
Wow, lots of frustrated customers there. Thanks, Gabby. Let's check in with meteorologist Ryan Brenton for a look at the forecast. Ryan, do you have any good news for us after this cold front?
Actually, I do, Samaya. Good to be with you on a Monday night. The coldest of it is behind us. We're warming up through most of the week, and despite all the travel issues, the weather pattern is much quieter going forward this week. Not many teens and certainly no single digits on the map tonight. There are a few light snow showers to our west and still, unfortunately, some significant lake effect snow back around Buffalo and Watertown, New York, but no big systems to contend with as we kick off this new week. A few clouds moving through tonight and perhaps a flurry. Highest chance for that really up in the Berkshires. Not too many of those expected here in Connecticut. 28 right now in Hartford, 31 in New Haven. We're at 24 degrees right now in Waterbury. And through the night, you can see the clouds that remain in place. The good news is these clouds will be moving along pretty quickly. So by tomorrow morning, we already start to clear out. And then we have a beauty of a day on the way tomorrow. So plan on temperatures in the morning that will be in the 20s with lots of sunshine and then just a typical December chill in the afternoon. Temperatures tomorrow will be up into the mid-30s, and we stay clear and quiet into tomorrow night. Each of the next few days turn a little bit milder, and by the weekend, that will mean 50s with even some rain. I'll be back to talk more about that coming up. Samaya?
Thanks, Ryan. And Connecticut's severe weather, cold weather protocol is now in effect. Anyone in need of a warming center or shelter can dial 211 to find the closest facility near you. That was originally supposed to end today, but Governor Ned Lamont extended it through tomorrow at noon. And flags are flying at half-staff tonight after the death of a firefighter in North Haven. Matthias Wirtz was killed when responding to a house fire on Quinnipiac Avenue this morning. Wirtz served the town's fire department for 22 years. North Haven's deputy chief says that Wirtz called for a mayday while inside of the four-family home. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner shows us how he's being remembered tonight.
He was a great person. He's a great family man.
During his time as a firefighter, Matthias Wirtz was part of the New Haven County Firefighters Emerald Society Pipes and Drums as a snare drummer. Just one way that he'll be remembered.
He would do anything for anybody.
He was also a 22-year North Haven fire veteran, a husband, and a man known as everybody's friend.
And so obviously it's a tragic loss for the North Haven Fire Department and for all our families.
Wirtz died responding to a 3-story, 4-family unit fire on the heels of Christmas Day. He was outside of the building when he was injured and later died at the hospital.
We worked hard to save him, real hard. We had an ambulance on scene that was already present because of the fire. And we had ALS interventions taking place right away with paramedics on scene. We made every effort possible.
A life lost and 13 people displaced, including Megan Stratford and her kids who came home to the fire.
We just pulled up in front of the house. There was the fire engine with the ladder extended onto the roof. You know, there was active flames. It was pretty intense thing to see.
Now, as these families are left to figure out how to move forward, the investigation is now in the hands of the state police.
We're working in conjunction with the North Haven Police Department and the North Haven Fire Marshal's Office to investigate every single aspect of this event so that we can come to a conclusion as to exactly how and why this tragedy occurred.
Thanks, DeAndrea. And for continuing coverage, we'll bring you updates as we learn more. Just stay with us for that coverage on air, online, and on the free Fox 61 News app. And we're following breaking news tonight in Waterbury, and that's where police are investigating a homicide right now. Waterbury police say it happened on Walnut Street just after 8:30. One man was pronounced dead at the scene. The other victim rushed to St. Mary's Hospital. Now, Walnut Street is closed right now between Wood and Ives Streets as investigators remain on that scene. Anyone with information about the shooting should call Waterbury police. We'll bring you updates as we learn more. And new at 10, a man is dead after his SUV went into the Bridgeport Harbor. Officers say they responded to a crash at the intersection of Stratford and Waterview Avenues just before Saturday morning. The Bridgeport Police scuba team, along with the city's fire department, got him out of the water. He was rushed to Bridgeport Hospital, where he died from his injuries. No one else was inside of that SUV. Anyone with information about the crash should call Bridgeport Police. And we have new details tonight about a crash involving a state trooper in Clinton on Christmas Day. Police say the trooper was responding to a call when the trooper hit a vehicle at the intersection of West Main and Hull Streets. A passenger in the car has serious injuries. The driver of the car and the trooper were injured, but are expected to be fine. And 3 people, including a child, are in the hospital after a crash in Haddam this morning. That happened just before 10 o'clock on the Route 82 connector. The vehicle was found in the woods about 30 feet from the road. All 3 people inside were injured, but they are expected to survive. And new at 10, 2 people are in jail tonight after they're accused of child sex trafficking in Norwalk. Police arrested 36-year-old Teresa Martinez of Bridgeport and 60-year-old Eugene Luguini of Stamford. Now, both are facing charges after nearly 2 years of investigating. Norwalk police say DCF first received an anonymous tip about child sex trafficking in town back in January of 2021. Investigators eventually identified several victims. Martinez and Luini are each being held on a $1.5 million bond. If you have any information that could help this case, you should call Norwalk Police. And Hartford's largest public library is closed after a pipe burst because of the freezing temperatures. Hartford Public's downtown location is closed for at least a week after a pipe burst Saturday night, flooding parts of the first, second, and third floor. Thankfully, most library collections were unharmed, but they are reporting that much of the computer equipment and furniture wasn't so lucky. They're still working on cleanup efforts and damage assessment and aren't sure when they'll be able to open again. Well, we have